Hey there, South Africa. Let's dive into the hot topic that's got everyone talking. Solly Mapaila's bold stance against the Government of National Unity, or GNU. So, here's the scoop. Solly Mapaila, the General Secretary of the South African Communist Party, has stirred the pot by declining an invite to celebrate the GNU's 100-day milestone. Why, you ask? It's all about principles. Mapaila and the SACP are not thrilled about the Democratic Alliance's inclusion in the GNU. They see it as a rightward shift in government policy, which doesn't sit well with their ideological stance. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some SACP members are actually part of the GNU. Yep, they're holding on to those cushy ministerial positions and enjoying the perks that come with them. But despite this, they've got some harsh words for Mapaila. They think his stance is creating unnecessary tension. In a recent press conference, Mapaila doubled down on his position. He emphasized that the SACP's decision is not an attack on the ANC, but a critique of the government's direction. He's sticking to his guns, insisting that the SACP must stay true to its principles. The SACP's Central Executive Committee has rallied behind Mapaila, defending him against the ANC's criticism. They're standing firm, saying that some ANC officials have twisted the facts about their party. This loyal defense underscores their commitment to their leadership and ideological purity. The political landscape in South Africa is as dynamic as ever. With internal disagreements and public debates, it's clear that the journey ahead is going to be an interesting one. But let's not forget the larger picture. South Africa's political scene is vibrant and full of passion. Leaders like Solly Mapaila remind us of the importance of staying true to one's principles, even when it's not the popular choice. So, what do you think? Is Mapaila right to challenge the GNU? Or should he and the SACP members find a way to reconcile their differences and move forward?
And it was quite clear to me that the ANC had no foundational ideology or political philosophy or vision. And the only thing that can happen to a party when that is the case is that they fall apart.
Who then decides to take our government or our movement after coming from the elections to hand it over, almost literally, to a party with only 20%? The DA. Inkinga ilapho. Let me put it proper in English. That is where the problem is. We have with the DA a party of Monopoly Capital, a party of our erstwhile oppressors. If you want to know, we can give you history of where they come from, this DA people.
Are SACP cabinet ministers? Yes, of course, there is no such thing as an SACP cabinet ministers, but are leaders of the SACP, at least some of them, were they part of that event tonight by virtue of them serving in the government of national unity?
Yes.
They were?
Yes. Colin, I was talking about elections.
Yeah.
We lost the elections.
But we do have a framework agreement that sets out how decisions in government are going to be made. Because from the beginning, we were absolutely determined that we would not merely be used as a crutch to keep the ANC in office to do business as usual. And we made it clear to the ANC that they did not win the election, and therefore they do not have a monopoly on decision-making. And we put in a mechanism that defined for the first time sufficient consensus, which is a concept that first came up at Cadesa, if you'll recall, in 1993, but we got a proper definition in the framework agreement, which is crucial to the workings of the Government of National Unity. So you ask how we can be sure it will hold. We can't be, Alec. The only thing we've got is the good faith of all the parties to stick to the letter and the spirit of the agreement and not just treat it as another piece of paper.
So what?
In South Africa, when you're struggling for more than 350 years, we still want our properties that were stolen by DA and their friends. So we can't sleep in one bed with the chief enemy of the revolution. DA is representing Monopoly Capita. So we don't support Government of National Unity, and it's not Comrade Solly who saying the party is not supporting GNU. It's the South African Communist Party, including Mpumalanga Province.
We voted for the ANC in the May 2024 elections for the term of office 2024 to 2029. We are going to defend our votes and the vote that we canvassed for the ANC for this entire period. When we voted in May 2024, it was for a 5-year term. For this entire 5-year term, we are not going to allow any person to say we must alienate ourselves or we must divorce our votes. We are going to defend our votes within the strategy we cast those votes. And we are going to defend the votes that we canvassed for the ANC within the strategy we canvassed those votes. We have made decisions regarding the 2026 elections. We will announce those decisions at the right time. We will talk about the 2026 and the 2029 elections. We have a special National Congress in December where these elections will be a focus. By the way, if I may stress the points in my own words, we had agreements in the alliance with the ANC for the alliance to be involved in the technical committee drafting the statement of intent and to be involved in the negotiating team. Afterwards, the ANC proceeded alone as if the two agreements were not made within the alliance.
The most important person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on South Africa's political drama. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.